Sup y'all, it's Winnie, and today we're going to be checking out the Kardashev scale wiki. I don't know what the Kardashev scale is, and I didn't know it had its own wiki, but I was asked to check it out, and since I wasn't even really sure what I was going to do for today's videos, might as well check it out now. So let's see. The Kardashev scale is a method of measuring a civilization's level of technological advancement based on the total energy usage of a civilization. The scale is exponential and hypothetical and regards energy consumption on a cosmic scale. It was proposed in 1964 by Nikolai Kardashev and modified in 1973 by Carl Sagan, which is the scale we use. Okay. So I'm not 100% sure why I was asked to read a wiki about this. And they specified that they wanted me to read the fandom wiki and not Wikipedia. So I'm not sure what's going on in here that was a specification needed. But let's see. The purpose of the wiki is to include an exhaustive list of sapient human and alien civilizations with an attempt to classify their origins, existence, technologies, computing level, energy usage, longevity, travel, possibility of extinction, and so on. When categorizing civilizations, we take factors like data usage, travel capabilities, and subtype predictions into account, in addition to energy usage. This wiki is a fusion of real science, theoretical science, hypothetical science, and futurism. There are many futures or infinite futures, so grab a chair and enjoy this content with an open mind. Come chat on our Facebook group or on Discord. I probably won't be doing that. Commercially published books, movies, or games must be cited, and links to their fandom pages are encouraged. Fiction is allowed, but must feel as a natural extension and not contradict a pre-existing page. Alternatively, content can be taken from established fiction and/or non-fiction. A sci-fi book about accelerated evolution or near future real and hypothetical science can be found here. But it's not telling me what that link is. So there's categories, and there's also pictures here of Type 1 planetary, Type 2 stellar, Type 3 galactic, Type 4 universal, Type 5 multiversal, Type 6 megaversal, and Type 7 omniversal. Okay. So then what's Type 0? Pre-planetary. There's KO 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So pre-planetary extracts its energy, information, and raw materials solely from planetary resources and can travel beyond its home planet. There are also micro-dimensional categories of the scale proposed by John Barrow. This reverses the classification downward from Type 1 minus to Type Omega minus. In an attempt to classify all of existence using the concept of realms, the scale has been expanded thus: Omniverse, Hyperverse, Outerverse, Adverse, and beyond. The final official type. And there's a news feed? The TARDIS is in here. And Terminator and Stargate. One above all. That is not dead. That's Cthulhu. Okay, so, seeing the things that are in here, I think I understand now why they specified the fandom wiki and not Wikipedia. Because Wikipedia would just probably explain the concept, but this seems to be people talking about the concept in both realistic and unrealistic ways. So I guess let's check out Type 0 then. As I remember that Opera GX does not let me do tabs like that. Oh, that's long. Okay, so a Type 0, or K0, let's call it Ko, civilization extracts its energy, information, and raw materials initially from crude organic-based sources, i.e. food, wood, fossil fuel. Pressures via natural disasters, resource exhaustion, and widespread societal collapses create extreme 99.9% risk of extinction. Goes through agricultural and industrial revolutions, and is eventually capable of advanced computing and orbital spaceflight. 21st century humans are a Type 0 civilization. Okay, so we got details, subtypes, additional technology, and civilizations that are considered 0. So, energy usage. 10 to the 6th W to 10 to the 16th W. Not sure what that's watts. Metabolic, water and wind, combustion, electricity, fossil fuels, gas and oil, and fission. And these all seem to have their own things. So there's the combustion engine, electricity, fossil fuel power stations, which is like dinosaur bones, I guess, gases and oil, and nuclear fission. Population 10 billion people, 10 to the 10th. Existence 3D, conceptualized 4D, and 1R, reality. or I guess one realm. Travel is the local area, continental, and close interplanetary. The quality of life, government. Tribal, theocracy, despotism, feudalism, communism, monarchy, and democracy, such that it is. State of forms, single or biological. WMD scale, nuclear fission or nuclear fusion. Longevity 35 to 100. Industrial revolution, which was agriculture and industry, which I mean, yeah. Computing, kilo scale 10 to the third in early computers to zeta scale 10 to the 21st and global weather prediction. Really? So social issues, colonization, religion, automation, air pollution, biotech, and gene manipulation. Arguments, gender, race, class, religion. Dominant proliferation, ordinary biological reproduction. Social weakening, famine and disease without proper mitigation capacity. Solution, biotech, agriculture, and medicine. Social dream, global cultural dominance. Class system, proliferated by current ruling class with heuristics, e.g., consent of government, to allow coordination. Subtypes. We got age and characteristics. Birth. The birth of a planet which has to be in a habitable zone to promote the origin of life and the evolution of multicellular organisms. Earth was born 4.5 billion years ago. Microbes formed about 4 billion years ago. Multicellular organisms about 3.5 billion years ago. And multicellular animals about 600 million years ago. Multicellular age. Those organisms and animals were made extinct by the Ordovician-Silurian event 450 million years ago. Sponges and trilobites emerge. They were made extinct by the late Devonian event 375 million years ago. Trilobites became dominant. They were made extinct by the Permian-Triassic event 252 million years ago. Archosaurs became dominant. They were made extinct by the Triassic-Jurassic event 201 million years ago. Dinosaurs became dominant. They were made extinct by the Cretaceous-Paleogene event 66 million years ago. Mammals and birds became dominant. The Ice Age! The Kardashev scale starts here. Power consumption up to 10 to the 8th watts. Human evolution before and during the Ice Age. The existence, survival, and spread of a sapient species that shows signs of basic intelligence, living in huts using bone/stone tools to hunt, and gathering raw plant food. The end of the Ice Age marked the rise of Homo sapiens. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. Was built, or word, I guess, was built during the pre-pottery Neolithic, which began at the end of the Ice Age. The PPN marked the beginnings of village life, producing the earliest evidence for permanent human settlements. The weapons are primitive spears, clubs, blowguns, and stone tools are used. The weapons are primitive, and spears, clubs, okay. This website is written weird. Power consumption 10 to the 8th to 10 to the 9th watts, and this is the Stone Age. The invention of fire allowed us to cook. This made us healthier and allowed us to increase our caloric intake, which allowed our brains to eventually triple in size. Stone tools are used to hunt land and sea creatures. Clothes are made from animal skins or woven from grass. Roaming hunter-gatherers explore vast local areas. Humans organize themselves into tribes and communities. Formulation of language allows communication and knowledge sharing. Language allowed us to create new synaptic connections within our brains. Creativity is sparked with dye painting, sculptures, beads, and music with chanting, singing, and rudimentary instruments. Humans come to terms with their mortality, bury their dead ceremonially, and create religions that define cultures and morals. Animal husbandry and domestication give an energy usage of 1 horsepower. Egalitarian economy and barter systems emerge as tribes meet. The wheel is invented. The bow and arrow, together with stone tools, are used for hunting. The Neolithic agricultural age. Farming in villages. Agriculture with plows pulled by multiple animals. Many horsepower. Chariots are used for mobility and warfare. Pottery in kilns or ovens. Handmade clothes woven from plant byproducts, creating fabric and cloth. Mud bricks and thatch are used to build homes and community structures. Cities emerge. The first conflicts between different peoples take place. The first defensive walls are created and the first armies are formed. The Bronze Age. 10 to the 9th and 10 to the 10th watts. Assuming that's watts. Copper smelting and bronze alloy technology. metallurgy, and mining. I've never really known how to pronounce this word. Writing and hieroglyphics are etched into stone or painted on clay walls. The start of mechanical engineering with gears, which combine interlocking wheels to improve mobility in machines. The sundial is an early timekeeping device. Political hierarchies emerge with economic inequalities and a division of labor. Glass making leads to cups, windows, and mirrors. First major structures with ancient limestone and clay cement foundations and windows. Woodworking and carpentry emerge, and wooden trusses are used for bridge construction. Cities are fortified with walls, forts, and castles. Arches are used for entrances and to support weight by the mutual counter pressure of its parts. Lack of astronomical knowledge, such as the belief that the planet's parent star orbits it. Early navigators made use of the compass. Primitive metallic daggers, spears, and swords are invented. The first military strategies, such as the phalanx and the turtle, are used. Siege engines, such as the catapult and the ballista, are used to breach stone walls and fortifications. The Iron Age. With iron smelting, pig iron. Gold and silver used as currency, formalized mathematics with arithmetic, algebra, geometry, and the concept of zero. There it is right now. Coinage represents currency, paper is used for writing alphabets invented. Then the coinage represents currency and are standardized countrywide or beyond for commerce. Energy is from slave and animal labor, windmills, and water wheels. Gunpowder is invented using sulfur, charcoal, and saltpeter. Warfare is revolutionized. Cannonballs weaken fortifications, as they do. Aqueducts are used in growing cities needing access to water. Plumbing systems emerge. Water sanitation is understood. The oceans are discovered via wooden sailing ships. The first empires are built with armies of mercenaries and the weapons are made of iron. The first iron armor and shields are created in a cave with a box of scraps and are used by knights. The Dark Ages. Empires extend their control over people who are not culturally, ethnically, or geographically within their normal jurisdiction, with a goal of economic dominance over rival empires. Feudalism is adopted in some areas, creating a clear division of nobility, landowners, and peasants, those who work the land. Religion is organized and becomes a dominant presence, stifling science. I don't know if my microphone is picking up the noise outside, but that would be snow plows and salt trucks because it is snowing. The fall of empires led to economic, intellectual, and cultural decline and the Dark Ages. Here, the armaments remain almost unchanged after the collapse of the Roman Empire. The Middle Ages. The power consumption increases again. The Dark Ages, Classical Age, and Renaissance mark different eras of the Middle Ages. This is a transition from religious zealotry or tyranny towards science and democracy. Which I guess means we're heading towards another Dark Age then, huh? Anyway, governments such as monarchies and theocracies run communities, and formalized militaries used to defend and attack. Religious zealotry opposes and stifles scientific effort. Gunpowder is used in handguns. Mass production and storage of grain. Improved navigation using sextants. Steamships and caravels allow sailors to explore the oceans and discover all continents. Galleons are used for cargo and naval warfare. The pendulum clock is invented and time is standardized. Ironworks advanced to cast iron. Mercantile economies lead to market economies and democracy. You keep saying that democracy keeps happening. Weapons become mechanical and powerful like the trebuchet. Heavy swords are created along with longbows, crossbows, and halberds. Gunpowder and the first firearm prototypes are created. Galleons and caravels open the oceans and naval wars are born. The Scientific Age. The scientific method is established. Macroscopic optics enhance distant objects that cannot be seen by the naked eye. Telescopes enhance astronomy. Heliocentrism and laws of planetary motion are adopted. Microscopic optics enhance tiny objects that cannot be seen by the naked eyes. Microscopes and revolutionize cellular biology and microorganisms are seen. Barometer. I'm not sure why it's just that one word by itself. Mercury thermometer. Chemistry moves away from alchemy. Discovery that blood circulates in full assembly of a human skeleton. The printing press and the movable typeset enables the age of publishing. Knowledge and ideas are spread faster than ever before. Manuscripts are illustrated. Universities arise. Paper money is printed. Calculus and laws of motion, gravity, and thermodynamics are discovered. Firearms such as the arquebus and the musket are made. New monarchy battlefield strategies are formulated. Ancient artillery is replaced by the cannon and the bomb, and these make stone fortifications and castles obsolete. The First Industrial Revolution. The steam engine, wooden railways, and water power enhance transport and mining. Textile manufacturing with the machine loom and the zipper. Machine tools in factories. Gas lighting allowed factories and stores to remain open longer than with candles or oil. Kind of like now, except gaslighting means something different in the workforce nowadays. Improved agricultural productivity with iron machines freed up workers for other industry. Large-scale production of chemicals like acids, bleach, dyes, cement. Urbanization and development of the first vaccines lead to improved quality of life. How about that? Vaccines make you live longer, who'd have thought? Newspapers are eventually the medium to spread ideas and news far and wide. Postage stamps regulate transport costs and global communications, and then there's so many stuff I'm reading right now about how like the advance of humanity, and like in the last 10 years I'm watching so many of these things crumble and die because of stupidity. Anyway, newspapers are eventually the medium to spread ideas and news far and wide. Right, we already read that. Same thing, but yeah, death. The turbine is used to generate energy. Line warfare is the principal strategy. Smoky powders and field guns are created. Ships are equipped with heavy cannons, and the first TNT explosives are created. I feel like at my age I should know what TNT stands for. I think I did at one point, but I guess I didn't internalize it. Power consumption goes from the 11th to the 12th. Liberal democracies that give the vote to all citizens. Capitalism and free markets emerge. Coal, gas, and oil are the primitive non-renewable resource for energy. Electricity and the light bulb, dynamos and generators. Eventually, electromagnetism is understood to be a force instead of electricity and magnetism as separate forces. The battery allows for portability. The phonograph and the telegraph. Combustion engines. Flight with propeller aircraft, radar, sonar. Mass-produced land vehicles. National and international telephones. Photography and the camera. Radio, film, and television. Rifles and machine guns are used for warfare. Penicillin used to treat infection and improves life expectancies. Pasteurization used to keep food safe from bacterial infection. Explosive artillery shells, prototypes of rockets, high explosives, iron ships are invented, and new scientific discoveries expand the possibilities of warfare. The Second Industrial Revolution. Steel industries and railways, mass production, assembly lines, electrical grid systems and large-scale manufacturing, improvement of global-scale socio-economy. In addition, the first weapons of mass destruction are invented. Chemical weapons maim and kill civilians. Aviation and aerial warfare are used with the first bombings. The first tanks and war machines, along with submarines, battleships, aircraft carriers, and destroyers. Now we've reached the atomic age. It goes from the 10th to the 12th, or excuse me, the 12th to the 13th. Atomic theory and the four fundamental forces enhance understanding of matter and energy. The mass spectrometer is used to measure the masses and relative concentrations of atoms and molecules. Theory of relativity. The composition of light and the photoelectric effect. Nuclear power is developed. Jet engines used for aircraft and vehicles. Anesthetic and antibiotics improve the quality of life. Lasers are used for science and medicine. Created the atomic bomb, heavy tanks, mechanized infantry, paratroopers, and strategic, tactical, and logistic bombers. Space age. Space travel with early spacecraft with rocket engines and staged chemical propellant. First animals and then humans in orbit. Satellites. Crewed landings on the moon. Well, Earth's moon, as opposed to somebody else's moon. Space shuttles and first space station. Invented the first intercontinental and short-range ballistic missiles, missile artillery, advanced biological weapons. The first space stations are developed using spy satellites, including the Third Industrial Revolution and Information Age. Transistors, microprocessors, and programmable computers. SETI is initiated. I am not sure what that is. What is that? The search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Cool. Transition from cash to banking accounts and the rise of corporate structures. The rise of industrial, mechanical, civil, chemical, electrical, and electronic engineering. Computers are networked and mass-produced due to transistor miniaturization and integrated circuit boards. The internet is born, for better or worse. Stealth vehicles and aircraft, super precise guided missiles, experimental laser weapons, and space planes are built, again, for better or worse. The digital age and smart technology age, which I guess is the one we're in now? 13th to the 14th, currently our civilization consumption leads to K scale as of 2023. Age of scarcity is socio-economically primitive, where individuals devote most of their time to creating wealth for themselves and society. Money is an essential form of exchange, and holidays are time spent away from one's usual area of residence. The internet is the first true global network. Computer software is used on billions of devices. Explosion of social media platforms and influencers. Smartphone apps are used for social media, messaging, business productivity, and entertainment. Tech corporates become trillion-dollar companies. GPS enables devices and people to be located anywhere on the planet. Optical character recognition allows billions of paper books to be digitized. Speech recognition leads to efficiency of text capture. Pattern and face recognition software emerges. The 3D printer emerges. First particle accelerators, first nuclear fusion experiments, first genetic editing experiments. High and low temperature superconducting, and the race towards absolute zero. The first prototypes of quantum computers, optical computers, and biocomputers. The transition from combustion engine petrol vehicles to first generation autonomous electric vehicles. Move from traditional petroleum fuels, petrol or diesel, to alternative fuels, electric, hybrid, solar, biofuel, hydrogen, etc. Drones are widely used in entertainment and industry, and other things. Early space race towards nearby planets and moons with space tourism. Renewable energy, arcology is zero energy, and green buildings gain popularity due to global warming concerns and reduction of toxic emissions. Bioplastics and biodegradables gain ground over plastics. In the modern era of military technology, intelligent weapons, war robots, autonomous projectiles, railguns, and secret weapons based on new physics principles. Railguns are already real? I guess there's no real reason I should have known that. The fourth industrial revolution, which I guess is also happening now? Large-scale machine-to-machine communication, robotics, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality, nanotechnology, cryptocurrency, the Internet of Things. You know, bullshit. 14th to the 15th, publicly available genetic engineering. This is the fifth industrial revolution. Publicly available genetic engineering. Controversial genome tweaking causes more damage than improvements. Level 5 autonomous and electric vehicles become the norm. Full automation without requiring any input. There's no for better, it's just for worse. Vertical farming and lab-grown meat becomes common. First steps to building a space elevator and other launch assist mechanisms for spacecraft. Widespread quantum computers, optical computers, and biocomputers. Volumetric and holographic displays are commercialized. Stable 8K holograms can be projected from personal wearables like wristwatches and smartphones, but they're not interactive yet. VR and AR glasses are preferred by some over smartphones. I want to stop right there for a second. A thing I had always hoped was the direction that technology was going to go in was just going to be that smart glasses would work in such a way that you could catalog the stuff in your house so that if you can't find something, you can use the smart glasses to help you find it by looking around, and it will pop up the name of what you're looking for. And somehow, technology on your eyes has gone in every other direction except your glasses having a control find button. That's all I want. That's what I want from visual technology. I want to be able to hit control F on my glasses and find out where I put my phone. But no, we gotta wear Apple VR headsets while we drive around with our hands poking the atmosphere. Anyway, 3D printers can also print organic components, or compounds. First understanding of dark matter and dark energy. Advancements in smart materials and textiles with aerogel, fullerenes, graphenes, metal foam, metamaterials, nanomaterials, nanotubes, silicene, smart bricks, superalloys, translucent concrete, wearable technology. Nanostructured glass and other transparent devices are the first applications of programmable matter. 4D printed materials are able to react to environmental factors over time and repair themselves. Nuclear fusion advancements. Fossil and nuclear fuels and renewable resources are still the primary sources of energy. Nanotechnology breakthroughs with disease reduction and sending miniature objects to nearby stars. Early ground and Orbital space infrastructure installed on Earth and its moon. Invented the first. Wait, what? Okay. Invented the first ethnic biological weapons, the first genetic weapons, complete military exoskeletons, and advanced direct energy weapons that completely revolutionize warfare. As if we need that. The emergent age is a time where new advances in technology lead us to question what it means to be human, and the boundaries between people and technology are blurred. This is the emergence of humans and machines working and dancing together in the workplace. Alright, so I don't know what workplace y'all have been looking at, where like we're in a time where work technology is making us question what it means to be human. The technology I've been seeing has been not making us question what it means to be human. It's been making us question how much longer do we have to do this. Power consumption 15th to the 16th in the expedition age. Space-based solar power prototypes face hurdles of space debris, and a global cleanup is initiated with the backing of world governments. Okay, if you say so. This initiative also has the goal of reduced carbon emissions and cleanup of non-biodegradables like plastics from landfill and oceans. Accurate global weather prediction using zeta-scale computing, 10 to the 21st. Prototype weather manipulation and weather-controlled dome cities. Orbital and lunar internet. Hang on. Prototype weather manipulation. We've got weather manipulation technology? When did that happen? uh, interactive holograms complete with smartphones. Or compete with smartphones. Widely used for interacting with computers, but traditional LED and nanostructured glass displays are common. VR and AR sets or glasses are 16K and have neural or brain-computer interfaces. Don't want that. Planetary defense against near-Earth objects. Global scale engineering with the first megastructures and space habitats. Universal translator prototypes. 3D printer is now an early prototype for a replicator. Hypersonic trains across the oceans. Transition to global cryptocurrency with resistance from governments. Possible transition to Ecumenopolis? I don't know how to say that. Rapid advancements in spacecraft, taking the first steps towards to colonizing the solar system, with first bases on moons, asteroids, and Mars. These are our first expeditions off planet towards becoming an interplanetary species. Climatic weapons, geophysical bombs, and waves are used as energy weapons. Space weapons are highly developed as kinetic weapons, and orbital lasers. Wars are mainly fought in large population centers. I'm feeling like maybe humans don't deserve to get off this planet. I think we need to stay here and just live with what we've done to ourselves. Additional technology. Let's see, advanced metallurgy, which is fuel and armor, optronic computers, advanced neurology, advanced magnetism, progenitor psyche, ethical calculus, pre-sentient algorithms, anthropic principle, and cyber dysgenesis. Civilizations that are considered type 0. So we got human evolution, the emergence of Homo sapiens, Bronze to Iron Age humans, First Industrial Revolution, humans in Fable, humans in Avatar The Last Airbender, races in Horizon Zero Dawn, current Homo sapiens, humans and cyborgs from RoboCop, humans in Crisis, and humans in Pacific Rim. Oh, there's comments. How do we gain watts? Okay, so that it is watts. Interesting. It looks like that person asked that on the 22nd of December of last year. So, I guess I'm going to be making my way through the types. That'll probably be like an episode apiece, depending on how long the pages are. If there's anything further into the website that, the person who requested this wants me to... If there's a specific thing that person wanted me to see in here, let me know. I will probably spend all of these just making off-the-cuff comments about the comparisons to what this website is saying is happening in human civilization and what has actually been happening in human civilization around me. Because this website sounds so much more confident about the good of humanity than we deserve. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, a like and a subscribe will be groovy. If you want to click the bell, you can do that as well so that you're notified of future uploads. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.